The Imperial secret research project centered around the Zillo Beast is one of the more fascinating scientific paths the Empire took in their obsession with biological experimentation. The Zillo Beast captivated Palpatine, even before he was granted his status as Emperor, while he was still the Chancellor of the Republic. Its dominance over the Republic weaponry and resilience even against Jedi opposition showcased Palpatine a new path for scientific conquest. A biological entity with scales hard enough to deflect artillery, yet flexible enough to attack with ferocity, allowed the Zillo Beast to move with incredible speed and determination as it destroyed any heavy weapons and vehicles in its path, making it a high-security threat to any civilization unlucky enough to face its wrath. During the Clone Wars on the planet of Malastare, the Zillo Beast was discovered to have been living underground after an electroproton bomb disturbed the mighty creature during the Republic offensive against a massive droid army before them. After the conflict, the Beast was transferred to Coruscant, where the discovery of its complex genetic structure inspired the Republic to search for ways to expand their own arsenal of tools. The Beast's rampage on Coruscant would have ended with the death of Palpatine were it not for the direct interference of the Jedi Council, alongside toxic chemical weapons. This did not dissuade Palpatine, though. If anything, the Beast's ability to nearly end his own life only increased his interest in it. So he ordered Dr. Bull to develop methods to clone the Zillo Beast and learn to replicate its abilities. Since the discovery of the Zillo Beast, its role as the subject of experimental, biological cloning processes served as the means to train scientists on the difficulties of navigating complex genetic structures. Micro-adjustments to its original state succeeded. The cloning process was accomplished under the birthing rule of the new Empire. And this is where I theorize the branches connect to additional Imperial research projects. The objectives of the Zillo project would have been broad-scale. The clear objective was the dissection of the material composition of the Zillo Beast scales in order to find a way to replicate the armor and synthesize such a composition to be applied to the galactic fleet and armies of the Empire. In the process, they would unearth the energy absorption limitations and find methods of infusing the extra energy produced by the Zillo into actionable solutions to Imperial waste. But as Palpatine's aspirations grew, his final assignment of Project Zillo served as the most complicated objective: to clone the Beast, and if at all possible, utilize genetic cloning to farm all available assets of the Zillo Beast. This final objective would have been the reason Hemlock was added to the project as a leading mind in the field of cloning, as he later became the head scientist of all Imperial biological research on Tantus. Hemlock served as the Empire's premier biological expert in the early days of its reformation. With a weapon project like Slithervine under his belt, and lifeline cloning with an experiment like Necromancer upcoming, Project Zillo served as the prequel to both and was likely one of Hemlock's first steps into Palpatine's inner circle, cementing his place as a leading biological expert of the Empire. Looking at the timeline of the Zillo captivity and its appearances throughout the series like the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch, we can theorize that when Hemlock separated from the Republic Science Corps due to his unorthodox methods, his disbarment resulted in not simply a period of absence, but rather a secret transfer directly orchestrated by Palpatine to join the research teams of Project Zillo, which, after the events on Coruscant, was classified as a secret project as Palpatine's interests at the time would not have aligned with simply preserving the Beast as the Republic Science Division would have wanted. Hemlock's tendencies for extracting strategic value through biological weapons development would have been perfect for the job. So, after his excision from the scientific community, his absence would have flown under the radar and his story would only just begin. We don't know exactly what progress was made on Project Zillo between its appearances in the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch, but we do know that cloning succeeded. We also know at least some genetic manipulation was successful, possibly including this Zillo Beast's ability to absorb electrical energies to drastically increase its biomass, though its newfound size and fresh bodily cells left the Zillo Beast temporarily weakened as one sustained firing beam from an Imperial science vessel was able to rather quickly incapacitate the creature. We do not know where the original location of Project Zillo was housed, but it could not have realistically been either Coruscant or Camino due to the amount of scrutiny those planets were under. I would theorize that because we know where Hemlock was stationed before he was transferred to Tantus, that the Zillo Beast specimen would have been housed at the same Imperial research facility as the dangerous Project Slithervine on the planet of Cetron. And after Palpatine felt secure in his position as the Emperor, he immediately transferred the project to Tantus alongside Hemlock so it could more easily combine its genetic advances with Palpatine's favorite project, Necromancer. Though, unfortunately for the Empire, the Zillo Beast remained difficult to contain, no matter how advanced its containment facility was, and this led to widespread destruction, much like that on Coruscant. showing that perhaps the Empire should have learned from Project Slithervine and kept their bioweapons away from their important facilities. This would cause much of the funding allocated to Imperial bioexperimentation to be redirected towards other Imperial projects, and leave Project Necromancer orphaned without its leadership. Though, as Palpatine's favorite, it's not surprising that Necromancer would get another chance. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of College of Lore, and if you have, please leave a like down below and consider subscribing. We plan to cover many more secret Imperial projects in future episodes, and you wouldn't want to miss that. And if you have a lesser known or particular project you want us to discuss, be sure to write it in the comments for us to see. Until next time, I've been Sam, and thank you all for watching.